So in this video, I cover the equivalent circuit of a transformer. So in the equivalent circuit of a transformer, first of all, let us discuss no load. So no load equivalent circuit of a transformer. So generally in the transformer core, if you take a transformer core, the flux is always is constant. Flux is always constant. To produce the flux, the transformer draws current, that is I naught. This is always constant. If flux is constant means the flux production due to current, that is no load current, this is also constant. So if you take any circuit, if you represent anything in parallel with the voltage, then this is called constant. Constant. So that's why I naught. This I naught should be taken in parallel with the supply voltage. So you should apply the AC voltage to the primary of a transformer, so that this equivalent circuit, and this is R naught and this is X naught. So R naught is nothing but no load resistance. X naught is nothing but no load reactance. So this is represented in the shunt manner. Shunt, nothing but across the supply voltage. So that voltage across the resistor R naught is equal to V1 by current through this resistor is nothing but IW. So he mentioned IC, no problem. And voltage across the X naught is equal to V1, and current through that one is IM, magnetizing current. So working component of current or IC. IC is nothing but core loss component. We can call as working component of current or core loss component current. Because of this one, heat will be produced in the transformer, and because of X naught, flux will be produces. So this I naught and these values are constant. This I core loss component, magnetizing component are constant irrespective of the load on the secondary. That's why these parameters are connected in parallel with the voltage. So this is a equivalent circuit at no load condition, only no load condition only. Now let us discuss the equivalent circuit with respect to primary and secondary sides of a transformer under loaded condition. This is a loaded condition. If you connect the load, and what will be the parameters will be takes place in the transformer. So this transformer core will be represented with these two lines, and this is primary winding represented here. This winding and secondary winding is represented here, and the production of EMF E1, and this is E2 represented here, and here AC voltage applied. This is that is available here, and also whatever the resistance having, whatever this coil having resistance and reactance is represented with R1 and X1, R1 and X1, and then whatever the secondary winding having R2 and X2, nothing but resistance reactance is represented at the secondary side. And if we connect the load, at secondary, that will be represented here V2, voltage across this one is V2, and here I naught, nothing but this is shunt branch. This must be connected in parallel with the supply voltage, and you may get it out why this is connected after R1 and X1. After R1 and X1, you may get it out if you connect here. This is R1 and X1. So this must be I1, and this must be I naught, and this is must be I2 dash. But in practical case, this is no load condition. This is no load condition, the equivalent circuit. But in the loaded condition, R1 X1 will be exist. Nothing but leakage current will be exist in the transformer core. To compensate that one, we need to place the compensating winding, so that that must be placed before the shunt branch. Simply we need to place the, wait a minute. Simply these 20 branch parameters, this is connected after the R1 and X1, because R1 X1 are the compensating uh, terms for the leakage reactance. And here simply R2 X2 is provided. This is the equivalent circuit of a exact equivalent circuit of a transformer. Exact equivalent. So this is a perfect exact equivalent circuit of a transformer. Simply, if you ask in the examination, draw the equivalent circuit of a transformer, you need to draw this equivalent circuit. Now let us discuss the condition to transfer the resistance or reactance either primary to secondary or secondary to primary. First of all, if you want to transfer the secondary resistance to primary value, secondary resistance to, for example, R2. So this is a transformer which I am taking. This is a transformer, and this is primary and secondary. This is having R2 and this is having R1, and this is a LV and this is a HV, or this is HV, or this is LV, whatever it may be. If you want to transfer the, for example, if you take this is HV, HV nothing but more number of turns, resistance is more as per our theory which I discussed earlier. And this is LV. If I take this is LV, resistance is less, because LV is nothing but more current, cross section area is more, so that resistance is less. So if you transfer this high resistance of HV to the primary, then what will happen? This resistance must be high resistance must be reduced to low resistance, because this is high resistance because it is refers to HV. If you transfer this resistance to LV side, this must be decreases, because here the cross section area of LV is more, so the resistance is less, and vice versa. If you want to transfer this R1 resistance to secondary, here resistance is less as per the LV, that must be increases if you transfer from LV to HV, nothing but primary to secondary. That must be takes place. That then only that will be satisfied. Okay, I will explain an example so that you can understand better. Here, I want to transfer resistance from primary to secondary. Then, what is the condition is copper losses. Copper losses must to be constant. This is a condition. Must to be constant. Nothing but if you transfer the resistance from primary to secondary, for example, secondary copper losses I2 square R2. This is the copper losses formula. For example, secondary copper losses 1000 watts. These are the 1000 watts of secondary copper loss. If you transfer this resistance to primary, in the primary also copper losses must be same. So in this, I will explain that with an example. But remember the condition: copper losses. If you want to transfer the resistance from primary to secondary or secondary to primary, you need to satisfy the condition, that is copper losses. Copper copper losses must be constant. Must be constant. That is the condition. So secondary copper losses is I2 square R2. If you want to transfer this resistance to primary, this is secondary to primary. This is primary side. So primary side current is that never change. That is I1 square. Here R, this is R2 resistance. This R2 resistance will be changes. So the changed value I am representing as R2 dash. I am representing with the R2 dash. But the primary current does not change. I am not changing any current from the primary. Okay, this is the value. If you want to transfer the resistance from secondary to primary, this is the condition. That value of the resistor R2 dash, how to find that value of the resistor is equal to So from this R2 dash is equal to, if you change this I1 dash to right side, that is nothing but I2 by I1 whole square, that can be written as I2 by I1 whole square into R2. And we know that N2 by N1 is equal to E2 by E1 is equal to I1 by I2, which is equal to K. I1 by I2 is equal to K, then I2 by I1 is equal to 1 by K. 1 by K. So here I2 by I1 whole square can be written as 1 by K whole square. This can be written as 1 by K whole square. So it is equal to 1 by K whole square into R2. So it is equal to, what will happen? R2 by K square. R2 by K square. Simply R2 dash is equal to R2 by K square. Similarly, if you want to transfer the resistance from primary to secondary, so primary to secondary. So primary copper losses are nothing but I1 square R1. So you are changing to secondary. So that the secondary current will be I2 square. That will never change. I2 square R1 dash, because R2 is changing to R1 dash, which is equal to R1 dash is equal to, here I am sending this I2 dash right left side, that becomes I1 by I2 whole square into R1. So which is equal to I1 by I2 is equal to I2 by I1 is equal to K, 1 by K. I1 by I2 is equal to K into K square into, sorry, R1. Nothing but, if you want to transfer the resistance primary to secondary, R1 dash is equal to K square into R1. If you want to transfer the resistance from secondary to primary, that is equal to R2 dash is equal to 1 by K square into R2. Similarly, x1 dash is equal to K square into x1. x2 dash is equal to 1 by K square into x1. So these are all common. So you need to remember this concept. So this is a exact equivalent circuit refers to primary. I already discussed it previously. Uh, if you want to transfer the total secondary parameters to primary and primary to secondary. So if you transfer the total secondary parameters to primary, that is called as equivalent circuit refers to primary. If it is exact equivalent circuit, that is nothing but exact equivalent circuit refers to primary. So look at these values. So secondary values are nothing but you are changing from secondary to primary. So there is no core. Here there is no core. We are changing the secondary to primary. So R2 dash becomes, sorry, R2 becomes R2 dash, X2 becomes X2 dash, Z2 becomes Z2 dash. So the formula is, I already discussed, R2 dash is equal to R2 by K square, X2 dash is equal to X2 by K square, Z2 dash is equal to Z2 by K square. Reverse. So next to E2 dash is equal to E2 by K, not K square. For E and I only, this is the part, this is the formula. Simply this is according to the E2 by E1 is equal to E1 by E2 is equal to 1 by K. So here you are changing secondary voltage E2 to primary. So primary. So nothing but, that is nothing but E2 dash. The relation between E2 by E2 dash, this is nothing but primary. E2 by E1 is equal to K. But here primary, this is secondary. Primary by secondary, that becomes 1 by K. So this is primary value. E2 is nothing but secondary value. E2, this is E1. E2 by E1 by E2 is equal to 1 by K. So as per that transformation ratio, you need to write this one E2 as per this one, and this is I1, this is I2. It refers to primary, so that this is approximately equal to I1. This is I2. I1 by I2 is equal to K. So from that one you need to write these equations. And now K is nothing but, you know very well about K, transformation ratio. E2 by E1 is equal to N1, N2 by N1 is equal to K. This is exact equivalent circuit refers to primary. Similarly, you can write the exact equivalent circuit refers to secondary. Nothing but you need to change this x1 to x1 dash, r1 to r1 dash, z1 to z1 dash, r0 to r0 dash, x0 to x0 dash, I0 to I0 dash. This is the terms you need to change. Remaining will be, everything will be similar, but this will remain same. R0, R2 becomes R2. So I will show that one. This is the equivalent circuit refers to secondary. Look at this one here. R2 dash, X1 dash, Z1 dash, I0 dash, R0 dash, X0 dash. So this is common, and the secondary values will be remain same. I2 will be as it is I2, R2 will be as it is, X2 will be as it is, Z2 will be as it is, voltage V2 will be as it is. Only whatever that parameters you are shifting, those parameters becomes dashes, nothing but R2 dash, X2 dash, or R1 dash, or X1 dash, whatever it may be. This is the exact equivalent circuits refers to primary and refers to secondary. Refers to primary and refers to secondary. Now, let us discuss a first approximation equivalent circuit. First approximation equivalent circuit is nothing but this is also similar to the previous one, but the small changes will be takes place. That is nothing but this one. So first approximate equation circuit refers to primary. Primary is nothing but the difference between first approximation and exact will be like this. So here previously here R1 X1 will be available before Shunt branch, but here after Shunt branch R1 X1 will be available. R1 X1 will be available. If you place R1 X1 after Shunt branch, these R1 and R2 dash, this is total resistance will be written as R01, X1 and X2, X0, sorry, X1 and X2 dash, this will be, you can combine this one, that will be written as X1 dash. So that if you transfer the secondary values to primary, directly you can add secondary parameters with the primary. If you shift this R1 X1 before Shunt branch to after Shunt branch. So that is nothing but first approximation equivalent circuit. If you change the R1 X1 the from this position to nothing but so actually here our X1 R1 is available before Shunt branch. You can see here available. If you shift this R1 X1 to the right side, here R1 X1 will be available. So you can add this R1 with R2 dash and X1 with X2 dash. So X1 plus X1 dash, X1 plus X2 dash, which is equal to X01, R1 plus R2 dash is equal to R01. You can write directly, you can add directly. So to combine the total resistance and total reactance, you need to use this first approximation equivalent circuit. So if after combining R1, R2 dash, that will be written as R01, X1, X1 dash, that will be written as X01. If you combine total this one, that will becomes R01. This is the exact equivalent circuit. Sorry, first approximation equivalent circuit refers to primary. For the secondary, nothing but first approximation equals refers to secondary also in the similar manner. Secondary also in the similar manner. In that case, you need to write R0 here. R01 refers to secondary is nothing but R02, which is equal to secondary resistance as it is primary, nothing but that becomes R1 dash. X02 is equal to X1 dash plus X2 will be as it is. Here X1 will be as it, R1 will be as it is, but R2 becomes R2 dash when it refers to primary side.